Good morning, it is bright and early on a Saturday morning, and today I'm super excited because we are going mushroom picking or foraging. This is totally weird because I fully had this intention / desire to do this, and then a few days later I got an email from Fable Co, a plant-based mushroom meat product. I was like, literally this is manifestation. Actually, I said yes. I asked if I could bring my housemate along, just so he can film me in this vlog. Oh yeah, and these are essentials. We are on the road and I'm gonna introduce you all to my housemate Brendan. Say hello.
Hi.
We are heading out towards the Macedon area in Victoria. Have you picked mushrooms before?
Not the legal kind.
Okay! Yeah, FYI, we're not going picking for the trippy mushrooms, we're going for the pine mushrooms. It's gonna be like a 3-4 hour tour, and then at the end we get to cook up the mushrooms and eat them. Hopefully they're not poisonous and we don't die before this vlog goes live. Other than that, we will keep you guys posted when we get there. So we just arrived to the location where we're all gonna meet, and it is freezing! Just been thinking about all the delicious things I'm gonna make with my pine mushrooms, like risotto, soup. Controversial, but don't actually love soup. I feel like the best part of soup is the bread. Every time I tell someone that, they're like, you haven't had a good soup.
SUILLUS GRANULATUS, you can kind of see why it might be called skipjack.
So Fable gave us this awesome brochure noting which mushrooms are what and pointed out the ones we shouldn't be eating as well.
Second, to appreciate how beautiful this is. Amazing pine forest is actually so surreal and beautiful out here, and freezing, but we're looking for pine mushrooms today. So we are avoiding picking poisonous mushrooms, but I'm gonna go and show you guys some of them.
So pretty, but don't eat this one.
Hey, look, we've got a camera as well. This is good. I'll cut this off. Oof, look at all that fungus underneath. Have your knife. Thank you.
Wobble it free.
Yeah. Oof. Not too wet, which is good. Let's get a little clean and then pop in the bag. So we have been looking for the pine mushrooms, but I came across this one. I'm going to take it back to the mushroom leaders and experts and figure out what this bag.
This is a forest agaricus. These things are pretty difficult to identify when that ring is standing up erect. So that leads us down the path of knowing that we have one of the identifying characteristics. Now, is that red or yellow? Red.
Which means it's good, right?
Is it red or yellow?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't either.
Okay. So there aren't a whole lot of mushrooms left, but we have found a bunch of round, small ones which are a Japanese type of mushroom. So we just found a big boy. So the key is you want them to be not so slimy. This looks pretty slimy. Oh, there's another one. Look at this. You can see all the white fungus that lives below the mushrooms as well. But talk us through it, Brennan. How does it feel?
I'm just gonna see how it looks underneath. It's like, it's not too wet. It's a little bit yellow.
Similar result, but what you've done along the way is you've absorbed a lot of fat content into the mushroom. Yeah. So, and you're going to treat it pretty harshly and do something to break down that texture quite a bit.
Alright guys, we are in the car on our way home. Wow, your camera quality is way better than mine. On the way home from our mushroom picking experience, and oh my god, it was so good. If you ever had the opportunity to do it, please do it. Again, it's the end of mushroom season, so you're probably gonna have to wait until next year to do so, because there's pretty much not many mushrooms left in the pine forest that we visited. Which mushrooms did we pick though, Brendan?
We got the saffron milk caps, also I think called pineys, and slippery jacks, which is 2 different types of mushrooms that grow in sort of a pine area.
And then the Japanese one as well.
They're like a solid one, they're not like a mushroom. So they're a type of
Yeah, kind of like a just
like
potato.
a little ball. Yeah, they just look like little potatoes.
Yeah. So we had a few different. We tried them just like as they were with a little bit of oil and garlic, and then we put them in a few different dishes for us to try. And oh my gosh, it's actually so cool how different mushrooms taste in terms of textures or chewiness, flavor even. My favorite was definitely the milk sappy. Is that what it's called?
Saffron milk caps.
Saffron milk caps had like a real meaty texture, like kind of like chewy, like from what I remember, a steak tasting like, or like similar kind of, you know, to take home and cook. We're thinking maybe a risotto or this a similar kind of like soup to we just had. But just want to say a huge shout out to Fable Foods. Honestly, like we spent hours with them this morning and just hearing about their story and their process of their brand and why they're doing what they're doing makes you appreciate a product on a whole new level. We tried their little porky balls as well by themselves, but also with some sauce, and they are in talks of releasing a new meat product patty as well, which is in its final stages in the lab. But there's a whole level of science to mushrooms. Vegans, and I'm the same, like everywhere you go at a wedding or like a function, they're like, oh, here's a portobello mushroom, and you just get so over mushrooms. But today made me fall back in love with mushrooms and understand that there's so much science and so many different varieties of mushrooms and different ways to celebrate that mushroom. And fun fact, you can't overcook a mushroom when it's in like water, right? So you can boil it.
Pro cooking tip that we learned today: boil your mushrooms till they're fully cooked through. You can't like overboil them, so as long as you keep adding water, and then once you're past that stage where they're cooked to the right amount, then you can evaporate and reduce that water and then add oil, and you end up with like a much better texture in your final cooked mushrooms.
Yeah, so like unlike, I guess, if you cook it properly and boil it for so long, it'll start to break apart and crumble. So can't overcook mushrooms when they're in water. Such an amazing experience. Shout out to the guys at Fable Foods for having us. I love what you guys are doing. Absolutely believe that your products and food is the future of consumption. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll let Brendan sign this video out.
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notifications on future videos.
Because it really supports my channel. Thanks, guys.